All right, I have been waiting all week technically, to ask Landon Aidlet, our good friend with the National Weather Service. It's football Monday here on the island, Landon. So, I would assume that the preferred football teams of, you folks who keep an eye on the weather, it would be maybe the Miami Hurricanes, Seattle Storm, teams like that, maybe. Oklahoma City
You
Thunder,
know,
perhaps.
you can't ever go wrong with the Hurricanes. My gosh, you can always count on them. But
I'm not going
personally,
to recognize
it's
the
got to be all
Carolina Hurricanes
Carolina.
because I've said so many. I mean, I know you're from Carolina. You're an NC State all the way. Go Wolfpack! But you do realize that the Carolina Hurricanes were originally the Hartford Whalers, which was my team, the only team that my home state of Connecticut had. And then you guys stole them. We didn't win Jack for like 30 years. You guys got them 3 years later. You guys won the Stanley Cup. So there's that.
Yeah,
So,
and I still have the ring from the Stanley Cup championship because Brandon and I we used to work for the Carolina Hurricanes
oh
that
boy.
championship season, and so that was so exciting. I'll pull out that ring one of these days
Yeah,
and bring
my
it in
bad
to
for even bringing it
show
up. I
you.
don't know why I do this to myself. Anyway, let's go talk about the weather, man. So, you know what? It's actually
Yeah,
interesting, because we're both fans of sports, and in sports, we take a look at analytics. We always go over data and everything like that. You've actually got some information you'd like to pass along about how much rain we've had this year.
yeah, and I'm
Not
showing you
much
the
this
graphic.
weekend.
This is our Hurvac software graphic showing the tropical cyclones in the West Pacific this year, and it's been very slow. This does not look like a classic El Nino tropical cyclone pattern. I mean, we've had Mawar that went right up over Guam, and then later Balavan went right through Rota and Tinian. But otherwise, it has been silent across the region. It's been a very slow year. So, a little bit of statistics on the tropical cyclones so far this year. We've had 16 tropical cyclones in 2023. Three of those had direct impacts to our region. That was Balavan, Mawar, and Sanvu, which was over here in Micronesia as a developing tropical disturbance way early this year. But on average, by October 31st, there are usually 27 tropical cyclones. This year, we've had only 16. So, what does it mean? In 2022, we had 27W. That was Banyan moving over the Republic of Palau today. That was a year ago. And on average, from November 1st to December 31st, there's only around 4.1 tropical cyclones through the remainder of the year. So things are going to be winding down gradually. So we're looking at the JTWC homepage right now. No suspect areas across the region.
Uh,
2010, that was the record slowest year on record with 17 tropical cyclones by October 31st. We have no suspect areas in the Pacific at this time, and today is October 30th. So this may be one of the record slowest years, ironically, because again, with El Nino, we typically expect a whole lot more activity across this region, and that just has not been the case. However, the rainfall has been quite active. In 2023, we've had 128 inches so far this year. We're about 44 inches above normal. That's almost 4 feet above normal for this time of
wow.
year. Normally, we should be right about 84 inches, but the five wettest years on record were 2004 with 139 inches, 2002, that was Pangsanwa with 139 inches, 1997, that was another El Nino year, 131 inches. In 1976, 131 inches. And 2023 with 128 inches. So we may be in the top, maybe the third wettest year. I think that's easily achievable. Can we make it to the wettest two or wettest on record? It would probably take a tropical cyclone to pass through the Mariana Islands to make
And
that
we don't
happen.
want that.
Will it happen? Yeah, that's a possibility still. And so we have a very good week ahead of us. I'm turning the camera around, showing you what we're looking at on the weather. Um, very quiet in Guam, just a spotty showers, mostly sunny skies. It's going to be beautiful out there. The seas, the surf, the weather is all pleasant at this time. And so this, you could consider this a precursor, maybe a brief taste of the upcoming dry season. Um, that's a whole nother thing to talk about later because we're going to probably see a lot of drier weather in the El Nino dry season, which means more likelihood of drought and wildfires later into 2024. But we're going to see this little surface trough over here, Welter East. That's going to be crossing 150 east and coming our way, bringing a little uptick in showers on Tuesday night, and early Wednesday. Otherwise, no significant weather features. But look to our northwest. This is one of those shear lines is what we're going to be seeing a whole lot more of coming December, January. This is like our wintertime weather pattern, an old cold front coming out of Asia, and it drops down to the Pacific. But we're not going to see this come over the Mariana Islands because the tropics are going to be fighting back. It's kind of that mid latitude versus the tropics. And right now, the tropics are going to overpower the latitudes or the mid lats. And you know how you can strengthen the lats, right?
Mm-mm.
Lots of pull ups. So do the pull ups at the gym, strengthen those lats.
Okay.
But back
I
to the
see what you did
tropics.
there.
Fairly quiet out there, but we are we are seeing some long range trends, and this is long range being outwards of a week into the future, showing some tropical weather developing somewhere in the region. It could be Western Micronesia or the Mariana Islands, somewhere outside of a week from now. That could be coming from this wave of activity near the Marshall Islands. That's still within the realm of speculation. So we're going to be watching these two features come rolling across Micronesia the next couple days, but watching things closely because it is still typhoon season and we could still see things spawn from time to time in the region. So we're not out of the woods. Keep your guard up and stay prepared.
Okay, final question, Landon. I know I've been doing these wonderful profiles of the Guam contingent that we are sending down in the South Pacific to the Solomon Islands, to compete in the Pacific Games. We're all about supporting like all of our athletes and the teams. We got 8 events total that we're competing in. So good weather this week for the teams like track and field, everybody who has to train outside. Favorable conditions to make sure that we can go for the gold, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And so, yeah, we
I
had
like that.
that cyclone pass through Vanuatu last week. It gave them a pretty good solid punch. They are also expecting a busier period of tropical cyclone activity across the South Pacific, and that is also in response to the ongoing El Nino pattern. So they've already had an early season tropical cyclone down there, and they expect a whole lot more for the year ahead, as well as for American Samoa, which sits way over here on the eastern side of the window.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the Solomons?
I have not been to the Solomons. I have a number of friends that work in the Met services down there. So I'm hoping to visit there one of these days or one of these years. The Solomons, New Guinea, Vanuatu would be beautiful to see all those places.
Oh yeah. Well, let's go. Let's go cheer on Team Guam. Let's go down to the games, you and I, and go there. And I am definitely going to wear my old school Hartford Whalers jersey. They'll always be the Whalers to me. Go Whalers! We're not the Hurricanes. We're the Whalers. I don't care about the cup. Yeah, of course they won the cup. I care about the cup.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Oh gosh. All right. This segment's over, man. Thanks a lot, bro. We appreciate it.
See you soon.
Oh god.